My mates, Crypto Leverage Trading Group, everybody's doing well. Hope everyone had a great week. We're recapping the week. I'll do an updated video from Bex Plus. You can kind of see the gains on those entries here, the last entry set made for correlated trading. But what we want to talk about here is we want to talk about what's really happened in Bitcoin. You know, like a lot of people are kind of in and out now with work. A lot of people are back to work, kind of a lot of parts of the world. Depending on what's happening with the Delta variant around the world, most people have kind of like gotten back in out of, a year of instability in their jobs. Most people have returned to work. So people aren't really paying attention to the market on a daily basis like they may have been during lockdowns, right? Or, suffering from COVID and being quarantined and all of those things, or business interruption, right? And so people aren't as focused on the daily, right? And the weekly. They're kind of like just catching news tidbits, whether, God forbid it's Twitter that you get your news from, or, the major news outlets, for business side, because those folks really aren't like dialed into like crypto. You really have to have a service, that you trust if you're not going to be, watching these things yourself. And so basically what's happened to Bitcoin this week is rinse and repeating. That's what we talk about. Okay. We have our bearers. We've known for weeks now, right? We've known really since May and June and July that, 28,000, 32,000, 38,000, 42,000, right? 48,000. These are the levels. How do we know that? Technical analytics, the IO map on the onchain. What is the IO map? What's that IO map? What's the schmuck on YouTube keep talking about the IO map about, right? Basically all it really tells you is everything you need to know. Like it tells you like, you're an individual trader and you want to know, okay, here's what I think is going to happen. Here's what I kind of see. But am I right? Am I correct? What are other investors thinking? What are all the other people sitting at home, retail, or institution? What are they seeing? Am I not, buying spot at the right level? Am I not entering my leverage trades at the right level, or are there better levels in which everyone else is entering the trades? That is the data metric of the IMF for you. It is a supply and demand barrier, resistance and support barrier. And it shows you the active number of addresses. Just like you're an address. If you're buying Bitcoin, you're an address. Okay? That's what you are to the block. You're an address. You're not an individual. Okay? It's not a brokerage account. Okay? You're an address. What is your address doing? Okay. And if you're holding less than 1,000 USD in Bitcoin, or 5,000 or 10,000 or 100,000 or a million, you're clumped into a certain group, okay, of traders, right? What are those traders doing? Okay. That's your IO map. That's the value of that. Historically, going back from an analytical perspective, okay, where are people buying? Where are people selling? That's the knowledge that you possess, your ability to enter in a positive leverage trade or entry on spot, is exponential valuable to you. Like you're already seeing an oracle in a sense of the market condition. And so we've saw this again, like 48, right? We're back at 48,000 again today. So what's going to happen? This is a critical area at 48. Are we going to drop back down to 44? 44.7. Remember, if you're in our Discord, we've been talking about it for weeks. 44,700. Watch that level. Play the straddle method off of that level because it's a critical level. Here, see how here, and here, coming right off that level back up. Okay. Now the question remains, you pull this out a little bit further. If this is a daily, look at what we have above. We've got this above back in May. Okay. So now if we break through 48,000, okay. And again, this is really beginner speak, okay, for people. We'll get into the advanced stuff later through the course and through, some one-on-ones and stuff. But for really on YouTube, for beginner people in crypto, if you've been in crypto for just 2021, okay, this is really a simple explanation as what's going to happen. It's either A, going to break to 52,000, okay, the next level, or it's going to come back down here and test 44,000 again. Rinse and repeat. And that's what we talk about. But knowing those two levels allows you to play those levels.